What's up, guys? Barry Game here, back with some more Idle Heroes, and today we have an account Tuneup for, yes, the name here is LordNasty here on iOS, which is why the coloring looks a little different than what you're used to. Every time we do iOS, we go through extra devices. For some reason, it changes color. You can probably tell that by now once we start doing more iOS stuff. But we have a very interesting account here because this account kind of looks like what you would normally have on like an early game account, with your Lord of your Aspen basically being your main damage dealer, your main householder, and then support heroes. However, we do have a queen, and the queen is decently powerful. And beyond that, we have... Wait, no, we don't. We don't have that Elena, which technically you don't need. Elena is just the nice one for him for the early game because, well, she does fit nicely in the 4th spot here. But Asmodel, the Dauntless, you know, he's growing on me more and more as time goes on. Gives pretty good survivability and damage. He's kind of like a hybrid type hero compared to most just being a pure supporter. But overall, we have a really good looking Lord of Fear Aspen here, all the way up to 103. That might be a little bit of a mistake, but we do need more sublimation on this account. We need to get this 4th branch done. That's probably the next thing you really want to go for. And the 3rd branch I like getting as well, mainly because, well, it just gives better stats and everything. Really awesome. But 1st branch, that's good. You have his core, which isn't necessary, but it is a nice little perk. And then, of course, we have a Fairy Queen Vesso with Tree 40. Now, I don't know if Vesso is necessarily the best option for your 2nd most powerful, but it's not horrible. She does provide good support. However, there are other heroes in the game right now that can probably help a little bit more, because Void Campaign for this many Transcendence heroes is an issue. Now, let's see what Stellar Shard looks like. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 V4 heroes. I can already see somewhat of a problem here, and that is, I think there's too much power in that Vesa and not enough in the actual tenants, because we have both a Drake sitting here and an Amun Ra, and there's no Stellar Shards on them whatsoever. In reality, I would probably go ahead in this situation and change some things up. So, one thing's first. I don't like Star Swordsman Mockman as a tenant right here. It should really be the queen, and really the queen should be the one that has the power that this Vesa has. All this power in Vesa should be on the queen, and then the queen is buffing directly to the Lord of Fear Aspen as well. That, or of course, split between queen and Asmodel. However, Asmodel's not as useful. His glorious support is a nice ability to have for your weakest hero, even if it's himself. It's really strong. And it does look like there is a Jara here. Now, Jara could be a really amazing support, especially to support with the crowd control and pushing in content, but it just feels like this is all over the place. In reality, on this account, I feel like it doesn't need the Star Swordsman Mockman. That's number 1. Star Swordsman Mockman here, really not necessary on this account. It's too early, in my opinion, to go for Star Swordsman Mockman. Typically, you want to build Star Swordsman Mockman once you're on to Chapter 3, because Chapter 2 should be easily done with your Lord of Fear Aspen and your Starwing Jara. That's a really good combo. So yeah, it's kind of like literally half of the Transcendence heroes here could, in reality, just be someone else. The fact that we have Queen and Vesa as household owners and they're powered up at all is not a huge issue. Like, we see 27, 16, we got 20 on the Jara. All these are in the 20s to 30s, unless the thing holding us back is, nope, it's not even, yeah, it's not even those master toolboxes. So guys, don't split your resources like this whatsoever. All these extra points on these nodes that are irrelevant, everything needs to go to your 1st house, and every Stellar Shard needs to go to the tenants of that house. Now, typically you want to build better ones as well. Onkirimaru is definitely the better tenant here, and the regular Aspen is a better tenant here. So if you're really trying to optimize your early game progress, or I guess you could call mid game at this point, because you have tons of Transcendence heroes, that's the main focus, is getting that house in order and situated. As far as being able to swap some of that stuff around, you do have some hero chests, so you could build like the Onkirimaru. You might actually already have copies. You already got 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you can easily build the Onkirimaru. Get rid of one of those Eloise. Just do a straight swap to Onkirimaru. Plop him in there. Get him some Stellar Shards. really, really important. In my opinion, having V4 tenants for your Lord of Fear Aspen is more important than just having, like, say, this Mockman V4. This, I mean, Vesta is a good one, I will say. It's a really tough decision because, again, it's kind of it's not proper, I'd say, to have Asmodel as the Force tenant, but he is a stronger tenant than the Elena. The Elena is going to have more uses for your account, but the Asmodel is most definitely going to give you the better stats, especially if you're focusing on, like, attack things. It's really hard using tenant copies in combat too, because, again, they should really just be stat boosters for your main hero. 100%. A lot of stellar shards are just kind of misused around here, and there's too many heroes that are just not necessary. Keeping the Drake around is good, but again, I would most likely, let's see here, do we have Aspen copies at all? My eyes aren't catching them. So building another Aspen might be a little bit difficult here. I see you probably built a lot of these Shadow or these Dark heroes for some Sealand progress, which, let's see where that is at. 25, that's actually really respectable for this point in the game. I like that. 25 is solid. Much better than even our free-to-play account that only has 3 Transcendence heroes with the Mockman as the main damage dealer. He is the way to get your progress in Sealand, so I'm really happy to see that. Do we have a ranking here? Probably not as good. I mean, he is oh, hey, it's Jackhammer. What's up, man? Same server. That's cool to see when people are on the same server that I know. Black Fungus too. I don't imagine, I don't know how far you've actually made it. I don't see you on this list. You should be higher up here with your Lord of Fear Aspen, and it might also be because, well, you're splitting all your tenant spots, and that's a big issue here. So if you can just kind of focus on that, get rid of the kind of unnecessary stellar shard usage. Looks like you're very low on a lot of resources. Probably just went in on events here recently. Let's check out this event right now. Haven't bought anything yet, but also can't do any summons. It's sad because I feel like this is an event you actually really wish you had those 1900 summons, or at least 700. That way you could actually get another Sublimation Chest, because from the looks of it, there's only this little one here, and yeah, that's that stupid 30,000 one that really doesn't help many people at all in the game. So as far as you're going, it looks good, but there are those few tweaks you need to make. Once you do make those tweaks, I think you're going to see a lot more progress. All that power into your main Lord of Fear Aspen, all the extra power into the tenant heroes, and then you'll progress from there. So hopefully you guys enjoy this, and let me know what you guys think. Leave some comments down below. Let LordNasty know what you would do on his account, and I'll see you guys next time.